Good morning, DES. Welcome to the great broadcast of TNN Tiger News Network. I'm Destiny Brown.
And I'm Sarah Jackson.
And we have another great broadcast for y'all today. As y'all can see, we're in the Tallapoosa County Historical Museum.
Hey boys and girls, it's time for the reading zone. This week I went into Miss Wilson's second grade class and I read them a story. And today what we're going to be talking about is how when we read something, it connects to something happening in the world. Last week we talked about text to self-connection, something that connects to something about you. This week it's text to world connection, so something that connects to something happening in the world. So the book we're going to read today is The Day Jimmy's Boa Ate the Wash. How was your class trip from to the farm? Oh, boring, kind of dull, until the cow started crying. And at that point, I'm thinking cow crying, but my brain immediately went to something that happened in Atlanta 2 days ago, or 3 days ago. There was a cattle trailer that overturned in Atlanta, and all of the cows got loose. And so I thought, I bet those cows were crying. And so you're going to see some pictures back here behind me of cows at a bank, cows on the road, a police officer trying to stop cows from running. And so I thought those cows were crying because they didn't know what was going on. So that's something that connects from this story to what happened in our world. A cow crying? Yeah, you see, a haystack fell on her. But a haystack doesn't just fall over. It does if a farmer crashes into it with his tractor. Oh, come on. A farmer wouldn't do that. He would if he were too busy yelling at the pigs to get off our school bus. What were pigs doing on the bus? Eating our lunches. Why were they eating your lunches? Because we threw corn at each other and they didn't have anything else to eat? Well, that makes sense, but why were you throwing corn? Because we ran out of eggs. Out of eggs? Why were you throwing eggs? Because of the boa constrictor. Boa constrictor? Yeah, Jimmy's pet boa constrictor. What was Jimmy's pet boa constrictor doing on the farm? Oh, he brought it to meet all the farm animals, but the chickens didn't like it. You mean he took it into the hen house? Yeah, and the chickens started squawking and flying around. Go on, what happened? Well, one hen got excited and laid an egg and it landed on Jenny's head. The hen? No, the egg, and it broke, yucky, all over her hair. What did she do? She got mad because she thought Tommy threw it, so she threw one at him. What did Tommy do? Oh, he ducked and the egg hit Marianne in the face. So she threw one at Jenny, but she missed and hit Jimmy, who dropped his boa constrictor. Oh, and I know, the next thing you knew, everyone was throwing eggs, right? Right. And when you ran out of eggs, you threw the pigs corn, right? Right again. Well, what finally stopped it? Well, we heard the farmer's wife screaming. Why was she screaming? We never found out because Mrs. Stanley made us get on the bus and we sort of left in a hurry without the boa constrictor. I bet Jimmy was sad because he left his pet boa constrictor. Oh, not really. We left in such a hurry that one of the pigs didn't get off the bus, so now he's got a pet pig. Boy, that sure sounds like an exciting trip. Yeah, I suppose, if you're the kind of kid who likes class trips to the farm. My last text to world connection, guys, is if I look at this picture right here, they're in a soapbox. And something is going to happen here in Dadeville this Saturday. We're going to have a soapbox derby. And so that's what that made me think of. It's something happening in our world right here near us. How did you like that story? I thought it was fabulous. And it made me think of things going on in our world right now. Cows out on the road in Atlanta, and a soapbox derby here in Dadeville, Alabama. So when you read, boys and girls, think about how what you're reading connects to what you know. It could connect to you, or it can connect to something happening in the world. So that's our reading zone for this week. Tune in next week to see what else we're going to do.
Now we're going to have a few members of the Tallapoosa County Historical Museum come and have an interview with us and talk about these wonderful items. We have Miss Gaither here with us who's going to talk with us a little bit about the museum. Thank you for taking your time out of the day to be on the show with us.
Thank you, and we just welcome all of you to our museum today. This is a historical museum filled with all sorts of old things, and it's maintained by our Tallapoosa Historical Society. We started back in 1969 when Alabama was celebrating its sesquicentennial. This museum is located in downtown Dadeville, right across from the courthouse, sort of next to PNC Bank. We are open every Thursday and Friday from 10 to 1, and on Saturdays from 10 to 5. And if anybody wants to come at any other time, we will make a special appointment for them to come, as we did for you all today. And we certainly welcome all students to come and see all of the artifacts that we have here in our museum.
Who formed this museum?
It was formed by a group of interested people back in 1969. They wanted to help celebrate the Alabama sesquicentennial, and so they gathered up a bunch of documents and artifacts, put it on display over at the library. And after the celebration of the sesquicentennial was over, then our first museum was located above Miss Marion Tucker's office over in what was the old Tallapoosa County Bank.
What made y'all want to be in Dadeville?
Because we are a county historical society, and Dadeville is the county seat. That's the reason we are located where we are. But this is it's not just the town of Dadeville, it is a county museum, because everything that's in here is representative of Tallapoosa County.
Did y'all buy all these things? Is this in here?
Everything that is in here was donated.
What is your favorite part of the museum?
Oh my. I think our military section is my favorite part, and my second favorite part is all of our genealogy, history of families.
Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, and we are so glad you all are here.
Thank you, Mr. Hayes, for coming on the show with us today.
We're glad to have you girls here, and the rest of the students too. We enjoy showing off our museum. We're real proud of it. And we do have a big variety of material in here to look at, not just some pictures and letters. We've got objects that are fun to look at, like the typewriters that y'all enjoy typing on, and things that you've probably never seen before, from the 60s and 70s, and we call that our vintage area for the younger generation. And we'll show you things that you just about won't believe, old telegraphs, way before our iPhones, how we communicated. And we've got a vintage toy section. We've got a section of how we used to cook on old wood stoves, and we've got a section full of yearbooks where y'all were looking up your parents or grandparents maybe. We've got them back to the 20s. And we're still looking for adding to that collection in the 85 on up. We need that for Attic City and Dadeville. We've got a fun place to look at, don't we?
Yes,
You like it?
Yes, sir.
You gonna bring your friends back with you too?
Yes, sir.
We hope you do.
How far back does it go? Like how?
The oldest thing we've got is a 1600s pot that came over in the Atlantic with some settlers, I suppose. Tallapoosa County is known for being one of, if not the most historical county in the whole state, because everybody congregated around the rivers that were here before the lake. So this was a rich, fertile area. People came in here with their wagons and their farms and felt safe in town. And it was they played a major role in the developing of East Alabama. The thing about our place is so wonderful. We can get people we can evoke memories from people. And that's something that you can't buy in a store. People come in here and they go back reminiscing about their childhood, their grandparents, their homes, the lake, before the lake. It's a wonderful place to come in, and it's free.
What's your favorite section?
I'm 68, but I still love the toys. I still like vintage toys, and we've got a fabulous toy section we're going to show you when we get through with the filming, okay? Good.
Well, that brings us to the end of another great broadcast of TNN Tiger News Network. I hope that y'all can come one day and tour the museum. It's really cool. And as we always say,
Have a great day or not, the choice is yours.